guys. So I've been seeing this go around YouTube lately, and as somebody who personally suffers with a lot of self-consciousness issues when it comes to my skin and my makeup and such, I felt this would be a really big thing for me to do, both for myself as well as for everyone else, because from what I've seen, it's been really helpful to see a lot of people show that side-by-side comparison of what their makeup looks like on and off, as well as getting to see all of the reasons that they do the things they do, including like why they use the concealer they do or why they contour a certain way, and to kind of be open about those self-conscious issues that I have myself, to kind of show that everybody has those, and that a lot of those things that I'm self-conscious of that I can cover up with makeup are actually pretty common. Not everyone else is so much better at this or that than you, etc. So I hope you guys really enjoy, and be prepared for some weird half and half face going on in a minute.
Hi guys, so in order to start off, I just start with the e.l.f. primer. I just use that so it'll help fill in any of the divots from the acne scarring I have, because I have some pretty rough acne scarring and I need to fill in a lot of those little divots in my skin because of it. After that, I go in and I'm going to go put some colored contacts in. They brighten up your eyes. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Under Eye Correcting Cushion. And that'll help lighten up my eyes so that I don't have to have such dark under eye circles. I have incredibly dark under eye circles. And then I'm going to be going in with the Glamouflage by Hard Candy, which is one of the absolute best, personally at least, cruelty-free concealers, and this concealer is great when you have the acne that I do and a lot of the dark spots. And then I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild's Photo Finish Foundation. It really helps when you're doing a lot of like pictures and stuff on camera, because it does actually, from what I've noticed, work really well with lighting, as well as it's pretty high coverage and really smooth, so I don't have to be so worried about all of those dark circles standing out or all of those dark spots from acne sticking out. And I don't have to be worried of it sloughing off throughout the day, because I have fairly oily skin naturally. And so I go through that with the Wet n Wild brush that they have, and it is a very smooth transition from to where I am now. Then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Under Eye powder. That stuff is actually amazing for anybody who gets a lot of the creases, because I get a lot of creases with my under eye. It's so smooth and so soft, it fills that in, and it's very unlikely to crease comparatively. Then this is Physicians Formula's corrective powder, and I go in with a Kabuki brush by e.l.f., and I just cover all of my skin so that I can, as I've said before, cover up a lot of the dark circles that I have. Then I'm going to be going in with a brown eyeshadow brush, like a little eye pencil, and I fill in my brows. I actually have very thin brows, but the hair themselves is thick and dark, and so they look very sparse if I don't fill them in, as well as if I don't finish up the ends and clean that up so it looks a bit cleaner. My eyebrow actually ends a lot shorter than it probably should. That's what happens when you tweeze it too much, because you're subconscious of them, so now I kind of have to fill them in. After this, you're going to go in and you're going to contour. The reason that I contour is because I do think that I have alright cheekbones, but they're not very noticeable, especially under all of the scarring that I have, and so this just kind of brings attention back to that bone structure, and also kind of fakes a bone structure I don't entirely have. I do this with my nose as well to kind of thin it out, because my nose is a little gnomish and flares out at the tip a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. Then you're just going to curl your eyelashes so that you can get all prepped up for false lashes, since my lashes are pretty thin comparatively. They could be a lot thicker and a lot darker, so you gotta get yourself prepped for that shit. Then you're going to go in with the e.l.f. Intense eyeliner, and I just do my usual wing liner with this. It really brings out my eyes and it makes them look a lot wider. Then I go in and I do Tauros by Zodiac Killer Cosmetics, which I find to be a great color for my crease, and I do that in the crease specifically so that I can have what look like deeper set and just overall larger eyes. My eyes kind of disappear when I don't have makeup on, especially eyeliner or that, and so it just helps bring out the eyes that I wish I did have. My big thing that I do want to state when it comes to all of this is that this isn't necessarily a makeup tutorial so much as showing you why I do the things I do. This is Predator by Zodiac Killer. It's a highlight. Again, bringing a lot of attention to the thinner bit of my nose and my cheekbones, and then you're going to go in with a white little crayon and you just do the waterline of your eye so that you have wider, brighter looking eyes. because I have small eyes. And then using the Moon Dust palette by Urban Decay, I use the pink so it's really nice and natural, very sparkly, to kind of add that inner sparkle to my eyes to, again, make them look bigger and brighter. Now you're going to go and you're going to do just one layer, one or two layers I guess, of some mascara before you do your lashes in the first place, because you don't want to have your super powdery, thin lashes showing through when you have the big thick falsies on top. And I happen to find Wet n Wild's Lash Renegade is really good for this. The brush is shaped wonderfully so that I can get my bottom lashes and kind of smoothen the transition from eyeliner to lashes, which helps it from being a little over dramatic. And even though my makeup is pretty dramatic sometimes, so that I can have those big and wide eyes. Now you're gonna go with false lashes, because false lashes make your lashes big and beautiful and bright and wonderful. And then after you got those on, you put more mascara on. It both extends the lashes themselves, as well as it actually makes them stick together pretty well so that you can blend your lashes. Then I just go in and I start using Sugar Pills Kimchi for my lips, and if you can kind of tell, one of the big things that I do is I try to add just a little bit of thickness to my upper lip, just enough that it doesn't look ridiculous, but my upper lip is much thinner than my bottom lip, so if I don't do that and clean it up, it kind of looks silly otherwise. I do not have a very ideal lip shape in that sense. My bottom lip is the cute one. So this is a comparison. As you can see, the cheekbone stands out, my eyes look so much bigger and brighter, I don't look as tired and sickly all the time. So there you go. This is the power of makeup, guys.
So this is the final result of half of my face completely made up while the other half isn't. I'm hugely self-conscious of my skin, and it's taken a lot for me to even be comfortable just going to classes without makeup on, which is kind of silly for me, at least personally, because I'm not trying to impress anybody in a classroom, but I'm just generally a very self-conscious person about that stuff. But at the same time, I feel like that's a really big thing that a lot of other people have issues with that no one ever really wants to face. And so when I ended up actually seeing that this was a thing going around on YouTube, I definitely wanted to jump on board, because seeing especially big YouTubers and makeup gurus show just how drastic the difference was with the power of makeup made me feel a little bit better, because I spent a lot of time thinking I wasn't good enough because of my skin, or I wasn't pretty enough, I had to wear too much makeup, and that no one should have to see me without it, which in hindsight is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. And being able to see these people who do makeup for a living, that are always trying to show this beautiful, glamorous side of what makeup can do, just showing that these are the issues that I have, or these are the things that I'm trying to accentuate because I have a problem with it, and this is how I really look without makeup, it's kind of a big deal for me. So if any of you guys want to do anything like it, I would more than love to see other people showing that makeup's a nice thing, it can do a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean that you aren't beautiful without it, which I know can be very hard to believe on your own. You hear a lot of people say it, but you have to kind of find that yourself. Anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed getting to see this. It was definitely interesting to do. I look ridiculous right now with half of my face done. If you guys did enjoy it, I'd love it if you liked and commented. And if you aren't subscribed already, I would super appreciate that. If you guys want to follow me on any other social media, I'm a lot more active on a lot of that stuff. That's going to be in the description below. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody!